Has the war between Taylor Swift and Blake Lively gone so nuclear that Taylor has revoked being godmother to Blake Lively's kids? Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and this one's wild. I don't even know what to believe. Would Taylor Swift do such a thing to the poor kids? It's not like it's their fault that their mom is so mean and clueless, but this is what reports are coming in through Radar Online. But before we get there, I want to go back to another report they did, and I want to start here, chronological, because they're now also reporting, and I do believe this one, that Blake Lively, a Hollywood pariah, has left directors terrified of working with her over the It Ends With Us courtroom drama. Now, yeah, this makes total sense. Sources tell us that the new Queen of Mean reputation has directors running so scared she may never land another big movie role again. So she's now moved into becoming a producer. To star in The Survival List, which was meant to mark a triumphant return to form, but insiders say it only intensified concerns about how she exercises control on set. Others say the only way she could land the role was by becoming a producer. Yeah, so she's not just she didn't get a role, she's producing a movie that then she's also making herself star in. That's how she's getting this role. And I have no doubt Ryan Reynolds' cachet is still helping her as well. But no one's wanting to cast her in their own movies. There's a lot of unease, says one movie insider. She's undeniably talented, but she's also developed a reputation for being controlling. Directors are questioning whether they want to deal with that kind of drama or the possibility she may launch legal action against them. Yeah, that could happen. The backlash has escalated as Lively's legal war with Baldoni rumbled on and on over the last year. In her case, she detailed instances of alleged improvised unwanted kissing, invasion of her private space, offensive conduct on set, all of which she claimed were retaliated against via coordinated PR smear campaign. She believes Baldoni's publicists and PRs developed a covert campaign to manipulate online narratives, even proposing a $30,000 a month effort to bury Lively's image, as if $30,000 a month could buy the bad publicity that Blake Lively got herself with her own actions, because the whole world never really liked her. That came way before It Ends With Us drama. She has a reputation of it. But no, she refuses to accept any accountability herself, that she could have caused any of this action herself. A Hollywood source says directors watched It Ends With Us crumble under the weight of controversy. No one wants to end up as the next Justin Baldoni. Meanwhile, her own legal team has called Baldoni's actions Darvo, blah, 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 blah. Unsealed texts are showing, Baldoni's team actively discussing narrative control. Yeah, because she was out there smearing him. He's allowed to have defensive PR. But this is now the back and forth that everyone's talking about. Lively's career is being closely watched. Of course, who would ever want to watch or work with somebody who literally in a resurface interview admitted, I need authorship to feel fulfilled? Directors, that screams power struggle. Her next moves are likely to determine whether this reputation as a Hollywood Queen of Mean can be changed. Do you guys think it could be changed? No, I don't personally. Meanwhile, before we get to the Taylor Swift of it all, there's all these press releases coming out against Justin. He lives like a prince amid the legal drama. What? Blake Lively's getting work. Justin's not getting work. I've seen nothing of his. He's been at Disney World for his kid's birthday. And he's been, out with some friends in Hawaii to sort of go off the grid for a bit. But he has a very high opinion of himself, as if Blake doesn't. My God, who in Hollywood doesn't have a high opinion of himself? He's still living his best life and doing it without any guilt or shame. Who after the accusations, sources come in. He's got his beloved sports car, custom-tuned Lexuses, and he never misses a workout or spa treatment. He gets $1,000 haircuts and wears $1,000 shoes like it's totally not a big deal. Celebrity Net Worth says he's worth an estimated $6 million. Yeah, because we know they're never wrong. He lives like a prince and enjoys the best things money can buy. Oh my God, what? This is crazy. Despite the firestorm, he has the Jane the Virgin star dresses and looks like a guy who holds a very high opinion of himself, because he absolutely holds that opinion. He looks like a guy because he holds an opinion. After all he's been through, he's not letting anyone change who he is or how he lives. Does this read like a Blake Lively PR campaign to you? It sure does to me, because here it is on Yahoo as well. And some of these comments are great. So now the only people that are still pro-Lively are tabloids. What a decent lowest of the low being your champion, and you still have to pay millions for it. I hope her and Ryan are bankrupt by the time this is all over. Sources, aka Lively PR, flooding the zone yet again. Yeah, he has a high opinion of himself. not like these other Hollywood stars who are so modest and down to earth. It's crazy how these PR teams try to change your mind. Ryan, is that you? Are you still writing scripts and getting others to spread your lies about an innocent man because he's actually decent, good human being, not to mention better looking? Ouch. Sounds like a hit piece. Sponsored by Blake. Is anybody in the movie business that doesn't have real nice stuff? Does anyone believe Blake is sitting at home in an old bathrobe? Really? Did Blake Lively's lawyers write this? And here's, again, proving the point I was making. Oh, yes, very high net worth. Justin Baldoni worth $6 million. Ryan Reynolds and Blake net worth $400 million. Baldoni created the movie and was forced by Lively to sit in the basement isolated at his own premiere, while Lively, who threatened him with her dragons and pretended she was a Khaleesi and producer, went to the premiere with all the other humble stars. LOL. This is the kind of stuff that's out there. It's a complete joke. So, bringing it back to the main topic, keep all this in mind. Like, yeah, I do potentially think Taylor's rethinking things. And this kind of sucks for the kids. And I'm sure Taylor feels bad because it's not the kids' fault. The kids didn't do anything. It's their parents' actions. But I could see her sort of stepping away. Maybe later in life, if the kids, reached out or something, some way to sort of reconvene with them, maybe. But I doubt these kids are going to go off and not side with their mother and father. We'll see. Who knows? Taylor Swift is preparing to sever one of the most personal ties or feuds with Blake. Insiders saying she plans to revoke her role as godmother to the actress's children. Can you imagine if she actually did? She would never do it publicly, but I mean, I feel like it's just one of those things that just you do and not say anything. You just don't show up. The 35-year-old performer announced her engagement to Travis Kelce on Tuesday, triggering a wave of stuff. Lively remained silent. Supermodels Gigi Hadid, Cara Delevingne offered support within hours. Even estranged former ally Charlie Kloss liked the post, telling the word she's getting hitched. But Lively, who was once one of her closest confidants, remains conspicuously silent. Source close to Swift said, Taylor feels like she has no choice but to draw a line. Their friendship collapsed months ago, and she doesn't want blurred obligations lingering. That includes her godmother role. She's already considering issuing a formal notice, either through a mutual friend or even a lawyer, to make it clear she's stepping away. Now, this is where I don't really fully believe this. Do you need to send a legal notice to not be godmother? Did you sign a notice becoming godmother? Like, I know religiously it means something. I have godparents, but even my family had some falling outs, and I haven't spoken to my godparents, and God knows when. This idea of godparents is like, if something happens to us, you'll take care of the kids. It's sort of the theory as like the second parents in a religious family. That's sort of what it means. But you don't actually sign anything. It's sort of just become a nice thing to keep one's religion going. And so, it's a nice gesture for close friends or close family to feel close. And certain family members do embrace it and become more part of it. But this idea that Taylor, it needs to send legal notice, I think it's clear that you guys aren't speaking any further. Now, it's unfair to the kids. That's where it sucks. And there's a part of me that thinks she could still write to the kids. She could send something nice to the kids from time to time to be there for them because it's not their fault. It's an interesting line. Where would you set that line? But would you need to make it clear through legal warnings? I don't know. Second Insider says Blake has tried repeatedly to get Taylor to have a conversation, but every attempt was ignored. She now finally realizes Taylor's moved on. Now she avoids bringing her up at all as she's wiped it from her world. Now that seems like a more sensible thing. This goes beyond question of wedding invite. It's about setting limits. Taylor doesn't want the godmother role hanging over her or being used against her. She wants to close it off clearly, and that could mean doing it in a formal way. Interesting. What do you guys think of that? Is that too much? Is it not enough? What would you do in this situation? I personally would just not reach out, probably. Or I may be the better person and send the kids like a nice birthday present, sort of through mutual parties, and just thank them with something cute, heart Taylor, and just be there for the kids. There's no reason why the adults need to respond or anybody else. But at least you can sort of be there as a nice friend to them because it's not really their fault. At the same time, I could see why that might blur the lines and make things complicated, in which Taylor can't really say anything at this point because of her parents. And as the kids grow up, they'll learn the real actions. Do you blame her for this? Do you think she should do this? What do you think? Also, Perez is breaking his silence again. Well, we'll have him today live at 4 p.m. Eastern. Join us here. If you're in Vegas, you can join him at the courtroom, 1:30 p.m. You can even join our stream afterwards. Freedom for Perez. He'll finally have his hearing. The judge did the right thing and sent jurisdiction back to Vegas, so today's hearing actually matters. We will be there live. Shout out to Citizen Journalists who will be joining us as well, again, along with other friends. We hope we will be there covering it just like we did last week. I hope to see you guys here at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you've hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell for all alerts. Smash that like button as well and leave your comments down below. What should Taylor do? Do you blame her? Do you think she has any moves she can do? I want to hear your thoughts down below. We'll talk a little bit about it during the live as well, and so much more here on Popcorn Planet.